I still remember the exact moment the thought crossed my mind. This man is going to be my husband. It wasn't some grand romantic gesture or a flash of cinematic magic. It was quiet, simple, real. We were walking home after dinner, and I looked over at him. Andrew with his soft half-smile, his steady presence beside me, and something in my chest just settled. He wasn't flashy. He wasn't the loudest voice in the room or the type to post curated couple photos with long captions. He never made a spectacle of love. Instead, he embodied it, in the way he always walked on the outside of the sidewalk, or how he'd text if I was even 5 minutes late getting home, not because he was possessive, but because he cared. He remembered how I liked my coffee. Oat milk, 2 sugars, without ever having to ask twice. There was a calm about him. This quiet confidence that made me feel grounded, safe. With Andrew, I didn't have to perform. Could just be. 3 years in, I was sure he was going to propose. It wasn't anything he said outright. It was all the little things. The way he casually asked about my ring size one morning, pretending it was some silly curiosity. How he started being more affectionate. His touch lingering longer. His eyes softer. He spent an entire weekend with my parents, the same parents he used to skillfully dodge. And once, I caught him watching me when he thought I wasn't looking, a secretive smile tugging at his lips like he was holding on to something beautiful he couldn't wait to share. But while he was planning forever, I was hiding a night that could destroy everything. It happened 6 months earlier. I worked at a fast-paced marketing agency, and our team had just landed a major international client in London. It was chaos. High stakes, tight deadlines, nerves frayed to the point of snapping. I ended up working side by side with Greg, my boss. He was the type of man people trusted instinctively. Charismatic, well-spoken, successful. He was in his mid-40s, married with 2 kids, and had that effortless leadership energy that made people follow without question. I respected him. Everyone did. The pitch was due in 48 hours, and for 3 straight days we barely left the office. The third night, it was just the 2 of us left around midnight, bleary-eyed and stressed out in the conference room, nitpicking slide transitions like they held the fate of the world. That's when he pulled out a bottle of bourbon from a bottom drawer, grinning like it was some inside joke. Said it was tradition, a ritual to mark surviving a brutal deadline. I should have made an excuse. I should have left. But I didn't. We drank. We talked, not just about work but about life. About pressure. About feeling like you're never quite enough, no matter how much you give. He spoke about his marriage in hushed tones, about the weight of expectation. I spoke about Andrew, how good he was, how sometimes it scared me to have something so solid, so good, because deep down I wasn't sure I deserved it. I laughed too easily. He touched my hand. I didn't pull away. When it happened, I told myself it was the exhaustion, the drinks, the adrenaline. But the truth, the part one don't like admitting, is that something in me leaned into the danger. The thrill of stepping outside the box of who I was supposed to be. It was just one night. But it was enough. The next morning nothing was said. We went back to our desks, to meetings and emails, to normalcy. Greg never brought it up, and I never did either. We never repeated it. No flirty text. No lingering glances. Just silence, like we'd both silently agreed to lock it in a vault and throw away the key. Back home, Andrew was still Andrew. Thoughtful. Present. He made me dinner on nights I stayed late. He rubbed my back when I had migraines. He brought me tea when I had cramps and didn't ask questions when I curled into silence. One night, I saw him quietly slip a small dark blue box into the back of the closet. He thought I didn't notice. But I did. And it hit me like a freight train. He's going to propose. That night, I stared at myself in the bathroom mirror for what felt like hours. I looked fine on the outside, polished, composed. But inside I was unraveling. How do you marry someone who doesn't even know who you really are? I hated myself for what I had done. For the secret I was burying beneath perfectly folded laundry and polite dinner conversation. But I didn't tell him. Then came the moment I never saw coming. It was a Thursday. I came home late again, this time from another strategy meeting. The apartment was dark, except for the soft glow of the hallway lamp. I found Andrew sitting on the edge of the couch, his back straight, his expression unreadable. In one hand he held his phone. In the other, mine. I stopped cold. "Is there anything you want to tell me?" His voice was low, controlled. That calm that had always comforted me. Now it terrified me. He held out my phone. On the screen was a message from Greg I had long forgotten. A stupid, careless message sent months after that night. Still thinking about that night. Dangerous but worth it. Andrew had seen it. All of it. "I was going to propose next weekend," he said, voice cracking but never rising. "Your sister was helping me pick the spot. I had a whole speech planned. I even practiced it in the mirror." My throat tightened. Tears blurred my vision. I tried to speak, to explain, to find a way to make the unspeakable make sense. It didn't mean anything. It was just one night. But even as I opened my mouth, I knew how hollow those words would sound. He stood up, walked past me. Calmly, he packed a small duffel bag. He didn't shout. He didn't accuse me of anything. That made it so much worse. Before he left, he turned to me and said, "I loved you enough to spend the rest of my life with you. But you didn't love me enough to tell me the truth." Then he walked out. It's been 9 months. He never answered my calls. Never responded to the messages I sent, the apologies I typed and deleted and retyped late into the night. I heard through friends that he moved to a new city. Started fresh. I can't blame him. As for me, I still work at that agency. I pass Greg in the hallway sometimes. We don't speak unless it's absolutely necessary. He acts like it never happened. Maybe for him it really didn't matter. But for me it did. That one night, that one lapse in judgment, it burned everything I held dear to the ground. And the cruelest part of it all, I knew he was going to propose. And I destroyed it before he ever got the chance.